But this book really kind of transcends a lot of different areas, from spirituality to musicology to psychology to sociology. Today also to pop culture. I mean, it just really kind of interweaves so many different genres. And because Jackie's background is principally in music, and she and I go way back to the days when she would call me at CNN or Fox to get one of her guests on the show, like Rick James. I'm like, well, you know what, we can't be getting high. But you know, we would go back to those areas when she was with Hush Productions and with Mercury Records and Universal, as well as Arista. And now she's a great multicultural strategist. You know, she's got a whole marketing business. She's the founder and president of her own marketing business, which is called Organic Soul. And so, thank you, Penny. You know, this book is so chock full of information and wisdom and knowledge. And I think in this period of Obamaism, and we keep talking and preaching about, you know, change is so important, and we're all hoping to invest in that kind of change lifestyle. I think this book is so apropos to the poignancy and to the urgency of what all of us are going through and facing today.
I remember once being described as that. Someone said, oh, she's an intellectual dilettante. And I thought, oh. But then I thought, it's okay. Because I can have a conversation with anybody about anything for a little while. So what I did basically, then that's what this book represents, that knowledge, that wisdom that I feel I've taken from all of these places. So taking that, and of course coming from the music industry and being also part of the generation and those who helped to promote the rappers who biblically said so many prophetic things, born to die, and then a year you're dead, you know, so, you know, when you think about it, you said, oh my goodness, and I often wondered, did they know what they were saying? So, thinking of that, and then having a conversation with my ex-husband, who said, well, what you gonna do now? You're gonna be a preacher. So maybe he was being facetious, but the point was I said, no, I'm not, but then he went on, because he did journal, he said, you know, what they do need, however, is that there's nothing that speaks to us using the thoughts, the wisdom, the things that resonate with us. If you go into the bookstore and you look into spiritual headings, you'll find that there are books that speak to those who are looking for biblical scripture, those who are having a baby. I'm having a baby, here's my course for day to day for a year. Or you may be under Buddhism or whatever, and you'll see books that are prescribed to that. But there was nothing that was as multicultural that spoke of the things that resonated in our life. So I said, wow, that is an excellent idea. So that was my aha moment. There needed to be something that spoke to us. And so taking that and the template of hip hop, the great thing about hip hop as a culture is that hip hop only brought those things that were normally out of context, that were disjunctive, that you would say, wow, how can they do Annie, It's a Hard Knock Life on top of a rap record? Where'd you get that? Or how'd you get a Bollywood song and decided to do, I mean, where does that come from? Or the sonic collages that you hear behind Public Enemy, and they've got the trash cans and everything in the street. To me, I thought of the music as a musical collage, just as I looked at painting. When I look at Romar Beard, and I said, wow, that's hip hop. Because you took some of everything and brought it and said, bang, there you go, right? So that's what they do. Because that's the life that was there, that they had to take a little of that, a little of that, a little of that, and bam, here's something brand new, right? That's what I think Organic Soul is, and I think that that's the sense of where we're living in an urbane culture now. We're taking our sources from so many different places. To be multicultural says to me that you are aware of so many other cultures. You're open to them, you seek to understand them, and they actually may be integrated into your life. So how do you speak to that now in terms of transferring a wisdom to someone? How do you say who you are? So I hope that this book kind of gave that opening. And of course, nobody can give you better direction for yourself than you yourself. So we have to learn to do that. And that was the generational wisdom that I hope the book would also kind of pretend to adults that would utilize it, is that you have to really encourage critical thinking amongst youth in order to really be confident of where their ideas and really their direction will be. I remember that was the way that difficult conversations were broached. So, for example, if there was a conversation about sex or what girls were doing or premarital sex, it could be through the song or through a television program that my mother would say, but I wonder why she would do that considering that they have birth control pills now, etc. That could be how the conversation, right? Exactly, but it's a straight up interest in conversation. When Rick James, I worked for Rick James originally. We all know who Rick James, super freak, and and he had a big marijuana spliff on stage. We love Mary Jane. Well, my father is a cop. He was in the Army for 30 years, a cop. He was a cop for Columbia, and we're there, and we're at the concert, and I'm saying, oh my God, my daddy is right here. If they light up anything, he'll be the first one to snatch you out from the hoorah. But my brother plays for Rick James. And the joint is coming across the stage. And Rick James said, your daddy don't know you smoke her? Oh, here comes her. And my mother is in the audience. We all out there. I said, oh, what's he going to do? So anyway, it goes by, and then after the concert, my mother says, Rick has such a great band, and the music is so on point. I wonder why he feels the need to do all those other provocative things. The music could speak for itself. That was a conversation. That put all that in check for us in perspective. You understand? So I was always just amazed how she would use the music as a way to be involved with us and to talk. She wasn't afraid of it. Let's just be right there with it. You understand? And let's talk about that. And so I wonder why adults, particularly as fly as all of you are, if you have children that are in their teens, why would they be afraid or inhibited about approaching the music? And then I thought of Rakim. And Rakim said, and this used to be my mantra every morning, the ghetto is the name of the song. He said, I thought the ghetto was the worst that could happen to me. I'm glad I listened when my father was rapping to me. Because back in the days, they lived in caves, exiled from their original man. They strayed away. Now that's what I call hard times. I'd rather be here to exercise the mind. Now on the real, you take that back and you say, wow, back in the days they lived in caves. I understand how he's thinking about, wow, when people were in the dark ages, when people had that mentality, before Jesus Christ came, I mean people were in the darkness. Back in the days they lived in caves, exiled from the original man. They strayed away. Did he not tell you everything right in that one line? Okay? But that's what I call hard times. I'd rather be here to exercise the mind. I said, Lord, if that doesn't put it all in perspective. Because whatever you think you're going through, think about people who not only lived in those ages and physically had to surpass that. All you got to do is get over in your mind. Get your mind right. Your parents, you come from an ancestry of people who physically had to get over. She said, yes, Jackie, and here's the point. It reads, myself. I have to live with myself, and so I want to be fit for myself to know. I want to be able, as the days go by, always to look myself straight in the eye. I don't want to stand at the setting sun and hate myself for the things I've done. I want to go out with my head erect. I want to deserve everyone's respect. But here in this struggle for fame and pelf, she said, pelf is money, Jackie. I looked it up. I have to be able to like myself. I don't want to look at myself and know that I am bluster and bluff and empty show. I can never hide myself from me. I see what others may never see. I know what others may never know. I can never fool myself, and so whatever happens, I want to be self-respected and conscience free. Wow. So, there you go.